Good evening. Welcome to the program. Today we are going to see one more important topic, retail supply chain management. So we have to understand what is the difference between traditional supply chain and retail supply chain. Is it same? Can people change the domain from retail to traditional supply chain? What is the difference? Let us see in this brief introductory program. Allow me to share my screen. Uh, Hope in the meantime you are able to hear me. Abdul says hello. So I am able to receive your comment in LinkedIn. If you are watching live in LinkedIn, you are always welcome to type in the comment so that I can comment. So the screen is setting up. Let me check whether it's all fine. Hope you are able to see the screen and hear my voice. Is it clear? So welcome back. Today we are going to see on the topic retail supply chain management, how it is different from the conventional supply chain management. Do we need some additional skill set to handle retail supply chain management? Because now you know the retail supply chain is giving a lot of option in terms of employment for many people, and the power is also getting shifted from traditional supply chain to retail supply chain, and the focus is changing. But still there are a lot of difference between traditional supply chain and the retail supply chain. That's what we will try to understand what is the difference in this introductory program. In fact, we have one day program on this, which is a self-paced program. If any one of you interested in participating, you are always welcome to visit our site. So before we dig into the program, let me briefly introduce myself. My name is Pattabhiraman. This is my Udemy profile. I have recently joined in Udemy in last couple of weeks back. I already have nearly 1,000 candidates enrolled for my program. And also this is my LinkedIn profile. You are welcome to connect or follow me in the LinkedIn. I am searchable in LinkedIn using the keyword supply chain master. Coming to my background, I am an engineer with a PG degree in management and data science. I have nearly 2.5 decades working in this large organization, predominantly in supply chain role. So I have been handling various subdomains at various levels during my career. Last 10 years of this organization, I was heading the supply chain and handling end-to-end supply chain management. Last 4 years, I have been heading this current organization known as Thoughtware Training Private Limited. Coming to my certification, if you are in supply chain profession, you should be knowing ASCM or APIX. They are globally recognized organization. They provide globally recognized certification like CPAM, CSCP, CLTD. If you are in the job market, you should also have any one of the certification. There is one similar institute from US called DDI. They also provide similar certification equivalent to APIX. DDPP means Demand Driven Planner Professional. I am also a certified purchasing manager and project management professional, apart from qualified in analytics. Coming to our organization, we are based in Bangalore, 4-year-old organization. We provide both consulting and training in the field of supply chain, logistics, purchasing, and one of our popular program, which is having global recognition, is supply chain analytics. Okay, so let us dive into the topic today: retail supply chain management. If you take up a conventional supply chain management, you will see that we will have multiple layer before the manufacturer. Okay, you have the raw material supplier, then intermediate supplier doing some components or assembly, then it comes to the manufacturer. Once the product final product is made, it has to reach to the customer, and you have lot of channels of distribution before the product reaches the customer. So you can see the retail supply chain management covers the topic from manufacturer till it reaches the customer, and it is not much worried about the things happening earlier to the manufacturer. Okay, but it takes care of entire process what is happening in the traditional supply chain, except manufacturing, everything happens here. Functions of manufacturing supply chain. There is a question from Sharab Kocher. He wants to unsubscribe. Possibly you have to unfollow me, then you will not get the disturbance. You can unfollow me, or if you are connected, you can disconnect so that you will not get the notification. Okay, coming to the manufacturing SCM, we have this process like starting from sourcing, inbound logistic, then manufacturing, outbound logistic, then you have a customer service. If you have a head office or product development, there is also some allied supply chain function. So this is what a traditional organization have this function. Okay, also there are some additional function like managing reverse logistic or managing supply chain exception. All this are available in traditional supply chain. When you come to retail supply chain, you also have the name of the function similar to it. For example, sourcing is the inbound logistic or central warehousing, then transportation to retail store, then finally it goes to the customer. You can see what is happening in the sourcing. We are trying to source the finished product and not the components here. Here the sourcing is for the finished product, and accordingly you will have a different kind of sourcing here, starting from private label development, source identification, source selection, all that is coming. But you can see label development and slightly some change may be there. Then from there it may go to the logistic or central warehousing. From there it has to move to the store and customer service. You have a different function. Coming to HO related supply chain function, you have something different and new here. For example, category planning, merchandise forecasting and budgeting, assortment planning, store clustering, private label and product development, pricing, deciding location of store and warehouse, deciding logistic outsourcing service provider, finalizing procurement and contract. Maybe you see some are common, but some are totally new. The way in which retail supply chain operates is slightly different from traditional way of having. Though the name looks both are similar, but they are different. Coming to the commonalities and difference, you can see the commonalities could be warehousing, transportation, sourcing, incoming quality check, import documents and clearance, customer service, and inventory management. This could be common between both manufacturing and retail supply chain, but there are certain specific things which are specific only to manufacturing supply chain. For example, production, in process quality, plant maintenance, or WAP inventory. On the other hand, if you come to the retail supply chain, you have category management, assortment, space management, private label, store clustering, markdown management, multi-channel. So there are something unique to retail supply chain management. So if you are trying to enter retail market, you should be aware about this process. Hope you are able to hear. Anyone who are live participating in LinkedIn, you can comment in the LinkedIn comments. This session is being streamed live in other platform also. If anyone is watching live, you can always comment so that I can clarify. If you are watching online also, you are welcome to comment so that we can reach out to you. Coming to the logistic, whatever we have seen as a common topic, it is also a subset of SCM. Okay, in the traditional supply chain management, the logistic management is one of the subset of supply chain management. Whereas if you take a retail supply chain management, it is subset of retailing. Retailing is mainly handled by marketing and not by supply chain. So many people who are executives who are working in retail supply chain, they may also report to a marketing manager, and the boundary between marketing and supply chain erodes in this environment. Possibly these people are also responsible for sales. Okay, so this is where you can see retail supply chain as a part of retailing. So you should have patience to handle the marketing in this role, apart from making sure that the material is available in the right quantity at the right place. Okay, when you see retail supply chain management elements, you can see that there are four major areas, starting from merchandise management, buy, move, sell. These are the four major areas. Under merchandise management, you will see category management, merchandise management, assort management, price management. In the buy category, you will have product source, design and source. In the move, it is replenishment, logistic management, and customer service. Normally, here the focus is on the retail store. Retail store can be a supermarket or a big mall. There, the function of supply chain management is to ensure availability of the product in the shelf. There should not be any stock out when the customer wants some product. At the same time, the space for the prime product is limited. When you enter a supermarket, there are some areas which is known as a prime area, and the area is limited. So you should design that area in such a way that you are able to keep the fast moving product there. At the same time, you cannot keep all quantity there. So here the more focus is towards design of a prime space. You cannot call this as a warehouse space, but it is a retail space. Here, how fast the material is moving should occupy the prime space. At the same time, here replenishment model and quantity, frequency, that design becomes more important. Okay. In the retail supply chain management also, you have two distinct category. One is on planning, and another one is on execution. Okay, so there are sub topics under each of this category. This is what we discuss in our detail, the retail supply chain management, because this requires additional skill. When you want to move from traditional to new supply chain, these skills has to be developed, and it is not a direct fit. On the other hand, if you are directly entering into retail supply chain, then possibly you need to acquire the skill on how to manage these subdomain. Okay, there are different supply chain characteristic for different product category. Unlike in the manufacturing, you may have different products like grocery, apparel, footwear, durables, pharma, book or music, petrol. All this can come in a retail arena, and there are different priority or weightage is given for different factors. For example, style or design, private labels, assortment, size and pack management, promotion, replenishment management, cold chain, tracking genuine product in the chain. All these are possible in the importance. So you can see different kind of product will require different factors, different importance. You can see something arrow going up means very important, whereas a moderate important is a right direction, whereas not important is down. So it also depends upon what kind of product you are dealing, because in a retail environment, all these products can be combined, and you need a different way of handling each one of this product. Okay, this may not be the case in the traditional supply chain, because then possibly we are handling only one product supply chain, but in the retail all the supply chain comes, and the challenges increases more here. And also, there are different store type. For example, hypermarket or supermarket, specialty store, department store, or factory outlets. Maybe you will see that assortment strategy will be different in each of the category, and the price will also be different. What kind of service level? You can see the service starts from self service, then it goes to high, and there are various examples. For example, Walmart falls under hypermarket. Like that, you have lot of examples. You need to know which environment we are talking about, retail supply chain, and what kind of product you are handling, so that you can focus your attention on the required supply chain. Okay, so understanding of different product categories, their product life cycle, and the kind of retail store we are talking, then the design can be done in a different way. As usual, in the traditional supply chain, here the horizons can be different depending upon what level we are talking. Is it a strategic or operational level, like something similar to here? But you need all the kinds of different decision taken in the retail environment. For example, in the strategic planning for in the retail environment, it could be store or warehouse or DC location, global sourcing strategy, outsourcing strategy, private label strategy, customer service strategy. So here the kind of strategy or strategic planning is slightly different from what we use in the traditional environment. And coming to retail supply chain maturity process, it is on a three different level. Starting, basic process. Possibly this is the common area between our conventional as well as the retail supply chain. But when it comes to mature, the process required will be scientific forecasting and budgeting, merchandise and assortment plan, open to buy, merchandise allocation, space planning, transportation consideration. And when it comes to innovative process, promotion and markdown optimization, this normally we don't do in traditional, because finally now we have seen this retail supply chain management mixes with sales, and there are no separate tasks. And there is also a promotion collaboration. If the retail store wants to promote, then suddenly some product sales will be high, so you need to take care of store space and also replenishment. This is where we talk about promotion, collaboration, space optimization. When you have the optimization knowledge, then how to optimize the prime space, because multiple products are competing for that limited space. Then route and load optimization, which we use in traditional network mapping. So you should have some knowledge about optimization problem, for which you need some knowledge on analytics. That's where our specialty comes into picture. Size and pack optimization. Here, if you are also having some e-delivery, and you are promising the customer a shorter delivery, then you should also think about size, pack optimization. Also, there is a concept called store clustering, cross docking, floor ready merchandise, CRP, VMI, CPFR. These are all collaboration alliance. For example, VMI is related to vendor managed inventory. In fact, most of this I am doing, or I have already done some short brief introductory program on each of this topic. Hope this is clear. Any doubts or questions so far? There is a clear difference between the traditional supply chain, and you cannot directly jump to retail supply chain unless you acquire some additional skill. And the challenges are different. It doesn't mean that manufacturing you don't have a challenge. but it has each one has a different kind of challenges. Here in fact you are directly interacting with the customer. Okay, this is a B2C environment, and you can feel the pinch if the stock is not available when customer wants it. So that could be in a different format when you take a B2B environment. Any questions? So this slide is for a brief introduction on retail supply chain management. We have a self-paced program on this topic. If you are already working in retail supply chain management or trying to enter retail supply chain management, for you this is the right program. I have just shown the introductory slide to give a overview of what does retail supply chain means. Okay, if you need any additional information, you can always visit our sites, which is displayed in the screen, either for live program or self-paced program. In the self-paced program, you can see this retail supply chain management as one of the topic. It is a 6 hours program and gives end-to-end knowledge about retail supply chain management. You are always welcome to reach our executive in this given WhatsApp number. Any questions? Those who are watching live, I am able to respond if you are able to type in the LinkedIn comments. Any comments? Any questions, clarification, comments regarding our program or on the topic retail supply chain management, or any career information, you are always welcome to reach to me through this number. You can fix up time and talk to me on any related topic. I am available for any career advice, or you need any support in your workplace for any improvement or improving your performance. I am ready to help you. You can always reach to me through our staff. I have shown you the WhatsApp number in previous slides. Even if you are not watching the live, you can always comment or reach to me in those numbers. And thanks for watching. Have a nice evening and have a nice weekend. Bye.